Okay, perfect. Good morning to everyone and wishing you all a very, very happy new year. Thank you so much for giving your time today morning and actually attending this Zoom meeting. So, probably let's start with the screen share. I won't take too much time. Let me just start with the introduction. I'm Akanksha and I'm Dr. Prabhu's daughter. So, basically, I'm a chartered management accountant and I have been working with Dr. Prabhu for the last about 6 to 7 years. So, all right. Okay, so let's go with the basic guidelines for the webinar. So please switch off your video if you're not in the proper attire. Do not interrupt in between by unmuting your device. I don't think that should be possible right now. Okay. Do not allow children to disrupt the flow of the presentation. As far as possible, please keep a pen and paper to write down the points we share. We appreciate if you do not ask questions with regards to medical issues and diseases as far as possible, as it is a huge topic and you must meet your doctor to inquire more details. Enjoy the presentation and improve your knowledge. We welcome all the participants to share their experience after drinking the water terahertz. Okay, so today is episode 6 where we are talking about nutrients and health. So I can't believe that we've already finished 6 different parts of the same presentation. This is a basic introduction of who Dr. Prabhu is and what we have been doing. So we have a company called Golden Hands Epigenetic Solutions. It has been there in Malaysia for over 20 years. So probably from about 2005, Dr. Prabhu started looking at the preventive healthcare industry. So he's basically a doctor and he's an ENT surgeon. So when we were looking at preventive healthcare, that's where first we started off with energy. So he's actually done a research with regards to human energy fields and the brain waves. So what is human energy fields? I think all of you would have heard of things like Reiki, Tai Chi, and all of these sorts. So basically, it's about energy. So what he tried to do was he tried to give a quantitative number to it. Try to see, what are the numbers that we can work with. So when he did that, he was able to check over 20,000 human beings, and over the years, we have found a lot of scientific evidence where the importance of your energy fields. It has to be in the right frequency for your health to be good, for let's say a smooth flow of your daily life. So we found a lot of good things there, and we realized how important, other than normally taking care of your body, it is also very important to take care of your energy fields. And how do you do that? The simplest way is to take care of your mind, the way that you think, the environment that you're in. So we thought that we should be looking at the body at a holistic level. We look at the mind, we look at the body and the soul. So when we said mind, we went with energy fields, and the soul also, we went with the energy fields. We found a lot of interesting facts with regards to the soul as well. So this is what is the first thing where it is said that biovibes analysis. So Dr. Prabhu was the first person to coin the term biovibes. All right. So then as we kept moving on and we said, okay, how else can we help people better? What else can we do? So that's where we started looking into something called as epigenetics. So what exactly is epigenetics? Epigenetics is a study. All right. So it is a study where we see that we are able to go to the root cause of diseases. So as a doctor, he is treating you at the third level. So whatever disease that is set in is basically the third level. And when you look at it, it's actually quite late, whether you're looking at a disease or you're trying to cure the disease. So he felt that, there should be something where we are able to go to the root of everything. So yes, I think he's put in, the picture where it shows that we have the atoms and then the molecules, macromolecules, organelle, cell, tissue, organ system, and an organism. So basically, doctors look at a disease at the organ level and the organ system level. So this is quite a much later stage. And by the time the whatever in your body has already been manifested, and it is difficult actually. So what doctors usually do is that they are trying to maintain the disease, right? So here what we say is we are trying to in the beginning itself try preventing the disease, or try helping the body cope up with the disease and see how the body can heal itself, right? So when we are saying the organ level, you can see how many different stages are there before that, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You almost have, 5 to 6 different levels before it even goes to the organ level. So in epigenetics, we felt that it is something that we are capable of helping a lot of people. Okay, and when we are looking at epigenetics, it is actually basically it is a layer outside your DNA. So what happens is that you understand DNA is something, the information is given by your parents, both your parents, and that is what is carried on in your life, whether it is the way that you look, or your eye color. There are so many things, and including certain types of diseases that is also passed on from our parents. So what happens is that these epigenetic factors are 800 in number, and they range from the food you eat, the water you drink, and the cosmetics that you use, the air you breathe. So like this, there are almost 800 factors. So these factors, since they are outside the DNA, they're going to actually change the way the DNA is going to be read by the body, right? So let's say that you have too many toxins. So what happens is that the disease that is being set in the DNA is going to, get triggered and come out because the toxins level are higher. So this way, there are so many things that is continuously triggering your DNA to bring out diseases. So we feel that if we are able to reduce those trigger factors, your body is capable of being healthy. So how do you reduce those trigger factors? It is basically through your food, having the right kind of food, supplementing your body in the right way. Number three is what we felt was very, very important, the water that you drink, right? So we say that 70% of the earth is covered with water, and also three-fourths of our body is also covered with water, right? This we have definitely all learned in school. So what happens is that when we say our body is made up of water, that is the reason that the World Health Organization gives you a specific number to that number is supposed to be the number of liters you're supposed to be drinking every single day, right? Now, all of you might say, yes, I do drink 3.5 liters of water, I drink 4 liters of water, I still don't see any benefit, I don't understand what you're saying. So here what is happening is that when we are saying water, it is very important of what kind of water you drink, right? The atomic structure of the water is important. The viscosity of the water is important. The molecular size of the water is very important. So when we're looking at all these factors in the preventive healthcare industry, that's where we found that terahertz is quite, it is one of the best in the market right now. When we say that, you should be drinking the right kind of water. So they, over the years, we have found a lot of other waters, but I think this being the latest and it is supposed to be one of the best, we have found quite a good result. So here we are here to share information in the what is that in the view of a doctor, right? So we are going to go in and see, what are all these, what are we talking about in the body. So we have always thought of our body, and we have never done much to take care of it. We don't, maybe maximum we do exercise, we might eat a little, but there is so much more than that for us to take care of the body. And this is a never ending process. You cannot say that, I'm going to do this for the next 3 months and then stop. No, it is a continuous process. And in epigenetics, we say that, your body, the molecules are changing every second. So it has to be taken care of the same way as well. You can't neglect your body, right? And during this entire corona period, we have seen around ourselves how things have happened. So it is very important with regards to your health and to keep yourself healthy. So today, all we are doing is that we are sharing information with all of you, and we hope that this information is going to definitely help all of you. Thank you again so much, and I'm passing it to Dr. Prabhu to start off.
Fantastic. Are you all able to hear? Can you put your thumbs up, please?
Yes. All right, Dad, before you start, I think you probably have to use, what is that, the muting everyone option.
Okay, mute all.
Just see if you have that option of
Okay, fantastic. Are you able to hear? Can you put your thumbs up, please? Yes, fantastic, fantastic, awesome. Okay, now the year has started, and the best part is we already completed 24 hours of the new year. Now, what you are looking at is in this particular slide, you see half of 20 and half of 21. That's right. So that means uh, we are actually carrying the balance of 2020, and there is something we are all carrying on to 2021 as well. Now, in that way, the very important factor which we are all carrying is whatever you all have set your mind in the past 1 year with the corona coming in and then giving you challenges. It has been a very challenging for every soul on this earth in terms of earning money, in terms of living, in terms of day-to-day activities. It has been a big challenge, yes. But what happened was suddenly yesterday was a new year, and there was a lot of colorful celebration, joy, with a lot of pomp and show, with a lot of frolic around. We all were, I could see a lot of people around very happy, cheerfully wishing everyone. Yes, it's a very beautiful situation. But what I want to ask every one of you down there, isn't it a truth and reality that only we human beings have created this calendar system for us to, make things better or bitter? We do not know. But if you want to make it better, then it's a very good concept. But out there, does the sun have a calendar? Does the moon have a calendar for itself? Does the animals who are all living on planet Earth, do they have a calendar saying, okay, today is this date, today is this date? No, right? But we human beings have it because we want to make things happen by having a proper focus on a particular issue. Now, the question is, of course, last year, 365 days, we cleared it and then we came into another new year. Does it really, is it a new year? It's just a change of another 24 hours of the day. The sun still comes out. The moon still comes down there. The breeze is still coming out there. The trees are doing their job. The animals are doing their job there. Only we human beings, what we have done is, okay, it's a new year, so we started celebrating. Yes, all fantastic. What happens? 24 hours finished. Now, out there, you're all down here. Around today, we have around 77 people. Isn't it beautiful that we are all alive here? Do you know how many people yesterday morning who wished Happy New Year? Today morning, they couldn't open their eyes. They all left this planet Earth. You know how many people? It's quite startling. Every day, an average of 100,000 plus people are dying every day all over the world. Now, among that, the corona related deaths are very few, but out there people are dying every day. In that way, don't you think it's a blessing for you all that you are alive today? One breath going in and coming out, it's a biggest blessing for you. So start looking at that one single breath, what you all are going through. When you go down to such a small level of understanding that one breath is giving you the life to live, there are a lot of possibilities in this beautiful, infinite world. So let's look into how are we going to do better in this year with the hope. That is where 2021 is a hope for every one of us that we are going to become better. But without your mindset changing to a better, nothing is going to change. You need to change the outlook of what you have had all the while and what you're going to do for now. And that too, I would say today, what is that your mindset you're keeping for today? Be it your health, be it your finances, be it your relationship. You take any topic. What changes have you done? If you have done some changes, wait for the change to happen slowly so that you can see some results. It all takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So everything has a process and everything has a time frame for it to start working for you. So with this, wishing you all a fantastic year ahead, and I go further for our topic today, which is going to be our water. And of course, Akanksha has already explained to you. Now let's look into very simple. Today I'm going to talk about our nutrients, right? Now, nutrients, we can divide it into macronutrients and micronutrients. Now, what is macronutrients for you all to understand? It's a bigger molecule, hence absorption will be very slow and very late. For example, if you're going to eat a non-vegetarian, okay, it takes a period of around 7 to 8 hours before the whole digestion process takes place. But if it's a vegetarian food, and if it's a liquid, if it's a porridge, your absorption is much, much faster. Maybe within 1 hour or maximum 2 hours, you should be able to digest the whole system and move forward. Now, it may get absorbed or it may not get absorbed. For example, if you are going to eat raw rice, how many of you have seen the next day you will see in your poop everything is rice? It doesn't get digested because we are not processed in that way for digesting a rice directly. We need to cook it and eat it. Now, the more junk food you eat, the more difficult for it to absorb. Very simple. If it's a macromolecule and added to the macromolecule, if it is going to be a junk food, your absorption, you're creating a very difficult task for your own body. In this, the simplest example I would give you is you have a mixer grinder, right, which is electrically operated. Take a few vegetables, put it inside the mixer grinder, switch it on and see how long does it take for it to grind. The same thing, you take a chicken, mutton inside and put it and then grind it and see. Even an electrical operated machine finds it so difficult to grind the non-vegetarian stuff because it is difficult because it's macro and definitely it's a solid. In the same way, when you put it inside your body is also an electrically operated with energy in it. But if you are a healthy person, maybe your digestion will be very good. But if you're not, if you're all 30, 40s and 50 plus, definitely your digestive system is slightly on the slow. So you need to know what you're eating and you need to know what you're giving your body. The more toxins, the more problems in your body. Now, whether you accept it or not, there are a lot of preservatives, coloring agents, pesticides inside with the toxic elements inside the food what we eat. Forget about the food. Even the environment we have is full of pollution. Now, how are you going to prevent it? We are not going to prevent anything because it's not in our hands. It's still okay, but our body is within our reach. Now, going back to the micronutrients, what are micronutrients? Are very, very simple, smaller molecules. Hence, the absorption is fast and immediate. Definitely, it gets absorbed because it's a smaller molecule. Now, nanotechnology is something which has been right now. If you see in the market, there are a lot of companies coming out with product. You just open it up, put it under your tongue, it gets immediately absorbed. What is this? This is nothing but a nanotechnology where the molecules are small. Now, if the molecules are small, definitely the absorption is much, much better. Now, terahertz is also something like this, wherein the effect on water and other liquids is making it into a smaller molecule. Very simple. For this, you don't need to have a rocket science and you don't need to be highly educated to understand the effect of terahertz. It is something which has a smaller molecule. Simple. So what happens? You are making your body easy. You are giving an option for your body to make it work at much more easier level. Okay. Now, once you understand macronutrients, micronutrients, okay, what are the things? We approximately need 90 plus nutrients every day. Okay. Now, water is one of the vessel for it to take the nutrients. Now, don't tell me just by drinking the water, you're going to become healthy. Sorry, because you need to pump in your body with the nutrients, which should be 90 plus every day. Now, who has done this research? Now, there is a company called Life Extension Foundation in US, and they have done this research 35 years ago, and they have come out with a vitamin and the nutrients capsule. It's a tablet form, which contains 90 vitamins and nutrients inside that. So they have done it. Now, what they say is, if your body can get a little of it every day, now it can be carbohydrates, your protein, fats, and trace elements. Everything is included in that 90. So I have seen a lot of people telling, doctor, I'm taking vitamin C, Yeah, vitamin C. So you mean to say with vitamin C, your flu will run away and you'll be healthy? No, it doesn't work that way. Some people will say, I'm taking B complex. Some people will say, I'm taking vitamin A. Some take omega. Now, there's a lot of people out there who will be taking omega-3. Do you think just taking omega-3 every of your problem will be solved? No, it doesn't work that way. It's a collective phenomenon. So let's look into how are we going to give our body the best of what we can have and the best of our whatever possible within your reach, within your financial status, how much you can provide. Please do that. You don't need to be rich to eat a good food. It doesn't need that. Now, water is a source of transport. So basically, water is basically sending and bringing out. That's it. So the main function for you to understand about the water is it takes the nutrient inside and takes out all the toxic and the waste material, which is not necessary for the body. It should be thrown out. If it is not doing that job, if you are not eating the right nutrients, definitely you can fall sick. If your toxic materials which is there inside your body is not also coming out, then also is a problem. Now, drinking sufficient amount of water solves many problems. This is what I noticed in the past 2 to it's almost 3 months now. After I came across this terahertz water technology, I found that there are so many people, suddenly getting well, disease getting controlled, they feel more healthier. What is this? Just by drinking water. So I believe that drinking water can solve many, many problems and issues, but it depends on the individual. It depends on your nutrient value. It depends on how much of toxins you have in your body. So don't worry, but start drinking the right water so that things you are giving an opportunity for your body to move forward. It's an opportunity you are giving, nothing else. You're actually doing a favor for your body so that it can do its job better. Now, most of the diseases are because of stagnation of the toxic material inside your cell. I'm talking about your cells. Now, once toxic materials are there, what happens? The cells cannot regenerate. So that means it cannot multiply. By chance, and the cells cannot function normally also. It cannot send the signals, it cannot receive the signals. Then your DNA also, what Akanksha was telling in epigenetics, wherein the message given to the DNA is different. For example, if you're a mobile phone user, it's a high frequency. So that means your DNA gets affected by the high frequency and it reads that high frequency messages and then it starts responding to it. Okay. And it can react to it also. So if you're looking at the best example I can give you is you have a cancer and a doctor is giving you radiotherapy. Now, radiotherapy is a high frequency radiation they give. So once a high frequency is given, it actually destroys the cancer cells. Yes, fantastic. But at the same time, it will destroy your normal cells also. So what happens? If your normal cells gets destroyed, how is it going to regenerate? So this is where if you're talking about people with cancer and going for a radiotherapy or chemotherapy, what is happening is the nutrition plays a very, very important role for them to recoup back. So we have to give them the right nutrients. No, okay, fine, you're going to give the right nutrients. Do you have the proper vessel? That is the water. If your water is on the right platform, it automatically goes inside dust. So here what happens is if your toxins are very, very high, your disease starts manifesting. Such of those out there, if you feel that you don't have any disease, my humble apology to let you know that you do have something happening at the cellular. Only thing, it has not manifested at the organ level. That is why the disease, you don't look into it. So we need to look at how are we going to look for a disease. Means you need to go for the cellular function. Now, one of the easiest right now available situation for us to check is number one, it's a hair profiling, wherein we pluck 3 strands of hair and we scan it and send it to Germany, and then we can get all the details of the factors affecting your cell level. It's the simplest thing we can do. It's not a blood test, but it gives an accurate results of what is exactly happening in your body right now. So what we need to do, just give them the support, everything starts happening. Now, there can be other causes of the disease like your genetic, food and nutrients deficiencies, and the lack of blood supply. All these are all other reasons. So let us not get into the disease part and how it happens. Now, here I wish to mention there are 2 organs you all need to take care. Number 1 is your liver. Number 2 is your kidneys. Why liver is because it's the main detox factory. For you to throw away, like you just take 1 tablet of Panadol, that itself is the biggest toxin which is going inside your body. Your body will be thinking, why this man is taking Panadol? It doesn't understand, but you're taking Panadol for a fever. But it is a chemical you are giving. It's not a natural ingredient, Such of those down there, how many of you have tried just drinking water and seeing your fever starts coming down? Why? Because when the concentration of your blood is thick and there is a lot of acidity inside your body, that's when your feverish like situation happens. When you dilute it with water, automatically your fever starts coming down. It's a very simple concept. You need to just drink a lot of water when you have fever. That's number one. So what is happening is, when you are talking about liver, liver plays such a very, very important role. And most of us will have a fatty liver. This, you can just go and give it a try. Go and check your, do a scanning for your liver and see. Doctors 100% will tell you you have grade 1 fatty liver. 100%. Maybe 10% of the population will escape out of this and they will be healthy. Now, if you are having 10% of fatty liver, what does it mean? That means your body, your liver is started already going into the process of a disease. That means you can see in the picture there, of course, fatty liver, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and grade 4 is the fatty liver. After that, it goes into fibrosis. After that, it goes into a cirrhosis. That's the end stage. Now, if you're going at the end stage, even if you go to a hepatologist or a liver specialist, what is he going to do? He's not going to change your liver back to normal. Of course, we do have a lot of beautiful medicines available to support your liver, but that is too late. You're talking about changing your liver at the third stage, like in fibrosis. Fibrosis, basically, there is nothing much there. There is no tissue there. It's all dried. Fibrosis means there are no much cells functioning there. What's the point, and how are you going to recoup that? So this is where you need to understand that liver plays such an important role in your detox mechanism, and the liver will never speak to you until it dies 90%. Minimum 80 to 90% of the death happening in your liver. Until then, your liver doesn't speak to you. So that means you won't even know. And out of the blue, suddenly you go to the doctor and say you have some pain here, and suddenly he sees accidentally and he will say it is a stage 4 liver cancer, or metastasis of the liver has already happened. So what happened now? It's already there. Then what do you want to do? That is the time you want to get up and go run and then start looking for solution. It doesn't work. Such of you, if you all don't have any major problems, change your lifestyle today. Take care of your liver. Fasting is one of the most beautiful way of helping your liver to detox. One of the simplest way. Being a vegetarian is another one of the simplest way for you to detox. And being on liquid diet like fruits and juices diet is another wonderful way of helping your liver to detox. Do you know there are people call themselves a rawtarians, RAW tarians. Why they call themselves rawtarians is they eat only raw vegetables. They blend, they make smoothies and then drink it up. That's it. And can you believe a rawtarian is much, much healthier? And I have seen such people, and then it is fantastic. But I would definitely like to, what I would say is remind you that we all are eating rotten Aryan, ROTTN, rotten. We eat all the food from the refrigerator, kept for weeks together and months together. The expiry they would have put, about 1 year later, but still you people are buying. And see, ultimately what happens, the longer the shelf life, the more chemicals inside those situations. Have you ever seen, like, you can just go back to your granny days, there was no refrigerator, right? What your grandmother used to do, they used to prepare fresh food and eat it the same time, That means in a day, they used to cook 2 times. Or worst come once, one time they will cook and then you will eat it 2 times. But most of the houses, I still remember, they will prepare 2 times in a day, freshly prepared, freshly cut vegetable and freshly prepared food. Don't you think those days our ancestors were much, much healthier? Yes, they were. So let's look into how are we going to get into the healthy mode. Now, this is another very important area. Kidney plays as long as you keep your kidneys healthy, let me guarantee you, you will not get blood pressure. As long as you keep your kidneys healthy, you will not get blood pressure unless there are some genetic causes. There are other reasons for your blood pressure. But one of the major is keeping your kidneys healthy keeps your blood pressure intact, normal. Now, there are 2 million nephrons in the kidney, and glomeruli is the filtration unit of the kidney. So that means we have 2 million filtration system. Just like, you prepared coffee, and then finally what you will do, you will filter it with your stainer, right? That is called one filtrate. So in the same way, we do have in our kidneys filtration system, wherein, so basically what is happening is the urine is nothing but the filtrate of the blood. which should be actually clean. Now, there are a lot of things out there, and then people have been drinking cow's urine has special healing properties, and there have been human beings drinking their own urine, provided I think probably they would have been much more healthier, and that is when your own urine has much healing properties in it. But of course, there are a lot of gray areas in this, which I don't want to go into details. But what I wish to let you know is keep your kidneys clean by drinking sufficient amount of water. Simple, sufficient amount of water you drink, your kidney can do the job what it needs to. Then the second very important for your kidneys to be healthy is keep your stress level away from you as far as possible. Take life as easy as possible. Do not jump into decisions, conclusions, and then get stressed up and don't get worked up. There are many things out there in the world you cannot change. There are many things out there you cannot even contribute to it. Then why are we worried about it? No point. For example, COVID. Let's look into COVID. How much can you help about COVID? How much can you prevent the COVID from coming inside? How much can you stop the COVID from coming down? And then every day, even in Malaysia now, if you see the cases are increasing, but are you infected? No, right? But if you can take proper precautions for your own self, at least you're safe. Now, your kidneys can be affected by smoking, pollution, radiation, pesticides, chemicals, and drugs. There are a lot of other factors. So, in spite of you taking care of kidneys by drinking the right amount of water, you still can face a situation, but that is still can look into you have done your good job. But taking care of your kidneys, you need to drink the right amount of water, and your stress level has to be. These two important things, if you can take care, half of your problem will be solved. Now, coming back to our terahertz, this is a newer technology. Not many people know about it, but it would be nice that once you go into the details, that there are a lot of new things coming in. For example, if you're talking about you see on the slide, there is something called microwave. Now, if you look at microwave, maybe 20 years ago, how you used to heat your whatever food was probably boiling it again. But when microwave came in, things became very easy because you just put your whatever food inside the microwave, within no time, it just heats it up. So things became a little easy for people. So they started becoming lazy. But over a period of time, what happened is they found that microwave also affects your food, and that in turn has a lot of carcinogenic, means cancer causing situation. So now a lot of people do not want to use microwave oven, because if you're looking at healthy, nutritious food, you cannot use a microwave to heat it. You have to use a steamer. Have you ever seen a steamer wherein the water and above the small holes, you put your food there, and then the steam will actually heat your food? That is one of the best actually, and very easy. Now, terahertz technology is something between the microwave and the infrared, and it is a low frequency vibration wherein it gives a lot of good benefits, and there are a lot of other industries which are using. So right now we have something wherein we are using water, and China has been a fantastic country wherein they have done a lot of research. Of course, there are other countries who are talking about terahertz. Is US, which has been talking about terahertz from the year 1980s, 70s and 80s. And of course, 2000 and later, I think it was 2004, US did mention that terahertz will be the future. And China picked up this technology in 2004, and then they started working on terahertz technology, and they started using it. Now, the 6G phone, what you are looking at, will be manufactured in China as a 6G phones, which is from China, of course. They have gone into. So China has done a great job in a lot of research, and a lot of good things are there out there. And of course, we can blame a lot of things about China regarding the product, but I would say it depends on what you want. You want a 1 ringgit product, it's there available, which is China which has created. But if you're looking at a higher end model products, yes, they also do have. But when you're looking at scientific, technological advances, Germany plays a very important role. Russia plays a very important role. US plays a very important role. But I would say Russia and Germany played a very fantastic role in bringing out fantastic new instruments. In fact, in my ENT, ear, nose, throat, and surgical field, my instrument, Germany is the best actually. our otoscopes, our endoscopes, all fantastic. They are too good actually. But today, proudly, we can say China is the first country to bring this device and then a water device. So let's use it and let's see how we can make the benefit best out of whatever is available. Of course, in the future, there might be other countries which are coming out with this terahertz devices. Now, for you to understand, make things easy. Life is easy with terahertz water. Very easy. So do not complicate your situation by thinking too much about the water, and do not bring in your diseases into it and then start looking into it. Just relax yourself. What the terahertz technology is good as long as, look in there, provided your water is a filtered water. Do not ask me a question, doctor, I'm using a tap water, I'm using this water, that water. Please, you need to have a filtered water with no bacteria, viruses, protozoa, worms, heavy metals, chemicals, and that means you need to have a proper filtration system. That's it. If you don't have, please provide one. You have to buy one. And do not look at this devices. That's why I put there. Terahertz device is not a water filtration system. So do not confuse yourself between terahertz system and the water devices which we are talking about. Now, your filtration system should have at least little bit of minerals. If you are having reverse osmosis, once again, let me tell you, reverse osmosis is a bland. There is no mineral in it. Of course, if you're talking about reverse osmosis, maybe it will be very good for people with kidney diseases, like wherein kidney failure patients, they need no minerals, plain water. That's why even distilled water is advised for people with kidney diseases. But the situation is so sad, you're only looking at the kidneys and you're giving plain water. It's fantastic. But don't you think there are 50 trillion cells and there are so many organs? Can you believe we have almost 80 organs in our body, different organs? It can go up to 100 if you're talking even the smaller organ. Now, 80 different organs, and one organ is basically your kidneys. Okay. Now, you have a kidney problem. What we say, okay, your kidney problem, do not do this, do not do this, do not take this water. Yes, agreed. But if you're not going to give minerals and trace elements for your body, how your body is going to work? Can you believe the whole system, organism as a whole, how is it going to function? You are going to have problems if you are not going to support your body with the proper nutrients. So we have to see how do we give. This is where the nanotechnology comes in, wherein you put under your tongue, it gets absorbed. So definitely it will be safer. Other than that, your pH should be between 7.5 to 8.5. Now, once again, out there, people will start asking us, just because they have a beautiful ionized machine, which they bought it for 15,000 with, all the alkalinity. Look, basically, you should understand that your body is balanced with 7.5. That is your pH in your body, number one. Number two, you can drink any alkaline water, the highest level, it doesn't matter. What happens if your oxidation is very high, you are an acidic body? Yes, when you drink an alkaline water, it can go and help. But once your body changes back to a neutral level, if you're going to consume too much of alkaline, also is not going to help you. You need to have a balance of everything. So please come down to your senses, wherein you need to understand your body doesn't work in only alkaline environment. Your body will have to come back to neutral. It is natural. So what we need to do is, let us look at a pH of between 7.5 to 8.5. It's good enough, right? Now, if you're drinking alkaline water, is good for you. If it is, okay, here I want to caution you and let you know, if you're drinking alkaline water and your body is fantastic, you don't have any issues, fantastic, please go ahead and drink it. But what will happen is, it will not be the situation for everybody out there. Everybody's bodies are different in their own level of responding to the whatever you're drinking. So do not get excited when someone is drinking alkaline water. You also want to try, give it a try, but you need to take the risk of how long you want to drink and how your body is going to. It's your body and you need to work on it. Then the third thing is the ORPs. If your ORP is around plus 100 is good enough. But if your ORP is minus 100 to 200, it's definitely good. Now this minus 200, what I'm talking is, if your alkalinity is around 9 to 9.5 pH, your ORP will be a little high. This is where there is a donation of oxygen to your cells, which is actually lacking. Your diseases is because there's a lack of oxygen molecule there. So ORP is basically donating one oxygen molecule there. So if your cells need more of oxygen, you can drink more of the ORP water. Definitely it will help you. Other than that, your TDS is a total dissolved solvents. It can be maximum up to 200 is good enough. But anything above that, it can be good, but if you have no choice, you drink that water. Probably if you are in an underdeveloped country like in African countries, or wherein the water availability itself is left there. If I'm going to talk about, oh, your TDS has to be only 200, means it doesn't work. Their TDS will be definitely 500. But for them, drinking that water itself is the biggest blessing. So we cannot be comparing ourselves to those situations. But ideally, please look into all this basically. So make your life easy. If you are drinking terahertz water, it is not a filtration system. It is a device just to make your water molecule much more smaller. As I told you, micronutrients, smaller for you to get the absorption. Very simple. Now, what are the benefits you're going to get? There are definitely benefits out of drinking the low frequency resonated water, and that is what is our terahertz water. It has an antibacterial effect, it has an antiviral effect, it has an antifungal effect, it has an antioxidant effect, anti-radiation effect. These things I can boldly, why I'm talking to you, and boldly I'm putting it down here, because the company has given all the details of these findings. So it gives me an advantage for me to talk about it, because it's there for me. I don't need to create something. It is already there. And the viscosity, definitely. For example, if I'm going to talk about the viscosity, such of those who are all using the latest vehicles, have you seen the synthetic oil? The viscosity is much, much, much higher. That means the slippery. It is much slippery. Now, if your water is going to be on the low viscosity, that means it's very slippery. And when you're drinking that water, what will happen? The moment you sip the water inside, it gets absorbed. So you don't even need to for the water to go into the kidney level for absorption. So it won't be overloading. So what is happening is this low viscosity helps your body to absorb much faster, number one. Number two, the cells also start picking up this water, and they start moving separately, which is what we show you in the blood analysis. The angulation increases. The absorption of water is much, much better, means it's 3 times faster. So what happens? If your cell takes in you give one cell a little water, what happens? The cell is so happy, it starts functioning very fast. So that is what, as a doctor, I call it basal metabolic rate increases. That means your cell is so happy, it starts functioning. If you imagine your 50 trillion cells gets the water and they all start functioning, of course, your BMR will increase. Now, if your BMR increases, probably you're a hefty person. Maybe your weight is around 100 kgs. Your BMR increases. What will happen? Your function becomes much better. Every cell starts functioning. What happens? Your glucose gets utilized. Now, what happens? You're not eating the sufficient glucose. What will happen? The fat which is stored as it's a reserve glucose, So the body will go and remove the fat and then utilize it as an energy. So when you're drinking this terahertz water, what can happen if you're a person 100 kg weight? Suddenly after 1-2 months, you'll see your body weight is 90 kg. What happened? Is it terahertz water which has done the magic? No, it is your cells which has picked up the water and they did the job. Now, this is a very, very detailed information. Your cell is the one which you only provided the situation for your body to work better. The other benefit of this terahertz water is it's a linear arrangement. So it makes easy for your cell to absorb it rather than being a cluster. Then, of course, your telomere, and there are a lot of other benefits which you are looking at the low frequency terahertz. Now, these are the main benefits of drinking this terahertz low frequency water. Now, this one shows very clear. Now, you need to understand the device of terahertz is the one which is emitting 0.96 terahertz radiation. Okay, you can call it as a radiation, but when you put the radiation, there is a frequency which is brought out, which is 7.6 hertz. Now the water becomes 7.6 hertz frequency, and the water molecular size becomes 2 nanometers. I was talking to you about micronutrients, right? Now here, when it is 2 nanometers, is a very, very small. So what happens? The absorption becomes much easier and much better. Now, low frequency oscillation is basically this is on the top. What I've given is it's all functioning between 0.5 to 15 hertz is a low frequency. Now your living cells, at what level are they resonating? 0.3 to 1.3, and our water resonating at 7.6. Just visualize a 7 So it's all within the normal cell range for it to function. Brain cells, very important. You want your brain cells to work better. It resonates between 0.3 to 30 hertz. Now, I want to let you know if your brain frequency is at 18 hertz, 18 hertz. That means you are very clear in the wisdom level of doing what is right and what is wrong. Okay, this is, I'm talking very specifically regarding your brain waves. Now, if your brain waves goes above 18, let's assume it's functioning at 20 to 24, frequency very fast, very high speed. Now, this is where you lose the sense of wisdom and differentiating between the right and the wrong. The best example I can give you is people with drug addiction. Their brain waves are going at a high speed. Have you seen? They can do the wrong things without any hesitation, because they don't understand that what they are doing is right or wrong. They don't know. They just do it. But haven't you seen a normal human being doing the same thing? For example, you just see you're waiting near a traffic light. It's a red signal. You're supposed to wait there until it turns green, and then only you're supposed to know. Haven't you seen two beautiful motorcyclists, suddenly in the red only they will just jump the signal and go? Now, what does it mean? I can definitely tell you these guys' brain waves are going at a very high speed. That is why they have lost the sense of wisdom of understanding what is right or wrong. Imagine they are just crossing the road and it's a red light, and suddenly other side which is green, the vehicle is coming. Definitely they can meet with an accident, isn't it? Now, because of this fellow, even the other person is also hampered and they also go into a trouble. Now, this is where we need to understand that we need to work at a very, very low level. Now, if you're talking about the best level for your brain to work is between 7 to 8, that is when it is between theta levels and the alpha level. Now, that is when you have all the problem solving situation wherein you can solve any problem if your brain waves is working at that level. And now I'm telling you, you're drinking a water 7.6 hertz frequency. Don't you think you're assisting your body, especially your brain as well, to become much more clearer in what it needs to do? You can become much wiser when you're drinking this water. And of course, your mindset, your conditioning, everything plays in. I'm not going into much detail, but you can do something better while drinking the water, change your mindset. So what is happening? It's easy absorption. So main benefits of drinking this low frequency water is it's easy absorption, number one. Number two, better removal of toxic waste material and the body cells and the tissues. It can remove it. Number three benefit is hydration of the cells. When the cell is hydrated, it does a better job. Then better absorption of your nutrients. So if you're eating the right food, micronutrients and a macronutrients, right food, absorption is much better. What is the benefit you get? You get better healthy left cells, definitely yes. Now, better functions of the cells, definitely yes. Better control of diseases. Now, this is where I would give you a clue that if you're going to drink this water continuously for a very long time, definitely your disease can be reversed. And there are situations, better glucose control, better blood pressure control, better cardiac control can happen provided you wait. You don't compare yourself. If you're having a complicated disease, do not compare yourself with the other person, because it doesn't work that way. So here what happens is we are all looking at illness only, look into wellness. So when you're drinking this water, what can happen? You can improve yourself from illness to wellness. Look at it. If you're going to become well, why not? Look into it. If your disease gets cleared, why not? Look into it. But if your disease gets controlled and becomes better, why not? It's definitely better. As I told you in the beginning of my presentation, your breath of one inside and one outside is the biggest blessing. So what's a big deal? When you can get all these added advantage, utilize it and then start moving forward. So cellular hydration can be seen directly by one drop of blood, which you're seeing on the slide here. On the left side is totally clumped, on the right side is independently moving around. So your cells need to be separate. If you're in a groups, definitely it's a problem. So the cells also needs a proper hydration. That is when this terahertz water. There are other waters available in the market. No, do not look into those things, because there are, see, if you're today, if someone is coming and talking to you about terahertz water, that means that is what you're supposed to look into. If another person tomorrow comes and talks about Schumann's energy water, it's up to you to decide what you want to do. You have to decide which is the best for you. You cannot be asking everybody under the sun which is the best, because ultimately it is your decision which is going to change your life, and your approach towards life is you have to take the responsibility. But here today, I am also here with my medical background. I am able to assist you because I want to give a lot of beautiful information because I want every one of you to be healthy. This is what is my goal. Be healthy. Life is beautiful. And this water, of course, even yesterday I was seeing my plants, they are growing tremendously, fantastically. The lushy green is my garden today. After 3 months of using this 𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗛 water, my garden is very beautiful. So there, the other benefits is you can use this water for your plants, your animal. There are multiple purposes where you can use this water, but first is for your own self. Use it, and then, of course, you need to have a very, very balanced life journey, which is very, very important. Every time I'm going to repeat this because only balance can life can move forward. If you are having an imbalance, everything. The best example I can give you is your wheel alignment of your vehicle. You have to do the wheel alignment every 3 months. Yes or no? If you have to do the wheel alignment, you have to take the vehicle there and it is corrected. And then, of course, after driving for some time, once again, you cannot ask the person, hey, you did the wheel alignment and why my vehicle is like that. You cannot ask them because it's you who drive. In the same way, your body, your mindset, it's your food habits, it's your way of life. So you need to know which is a balance, which is an imbalance. It's you who have to. What is balance for me may not be a balance for you. The simple example I can give you is I have never eaten my breakfast in the morning for a very long time, and I live a very healthy lifestyle. Now, do not tell me that, hey, doc, eating breakfast, I don't deny you have to eat your breakfast. This is what I would say. But for me, I have tuned my body. In fact, I don't need food also. I can go on a fasting for 3 to 5 days to 7 days without any problem. I don't eat food, no problem. Just with water and energy, I can live. This is my body. I have done it. The same way, if you all can handle your body accordingly, please do it. It will be a fantastic job for you. So at the end of the day, what I would like to give you a message is 𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗛 resonated water is doing a great job. In fact, yesterday also there was one very good testimony from a youngster, 33-year-old man. He had a chest pain, and then this guy has been visiting doctor, and doctor has told he needs a angiogram this month, and suddenly out of the blues in this past 10 days someone has given him a 𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗛 water, and this guy is totally free of the pain, and he feels more energetic, and he is so happy. When he shared this information, I felt, what is happening? 𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗛 water can change like this. Yes, in this context, what I can tell you is, see, there are a lot of toxic elements in your body which goes and holds on your vessels in a spasm. So what happened when your vessel is in a spasm? The blood flow to the particular area, especially if your heart, it will reduce. When it is reduced, you will have the pain and discomfort. You go to the doctor, and when they do an ECG, there may be changes, there may not be changes. So what the doctors will do is they call it as an unstable angina. That means they cannot find out the reason for it, but they will say it is an unstable. But this guy also had an unstable angina, but at the end of the day, 10 days, this guy has improved. So what is happening? His body has responded very well. And so in the same way, you also can get the benefits in a little way, in a different way. Look at it. Now, you have to start drinking the water from a lower level of around 500 ml per day. And especially people with kidney diseases, heart issues, and lung issues, and where the doctor says restricted the water more drinking, you have to be a little careful. But what you can do is take 50% of 𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗛 water, 50% of the normal water, and then start mixing it up and start drinking it little initially for the 500 ml. Then start slowly increasing it, because you know better as how your body is responding. If your body is responding well, you can increase the water. That means you are on the safe zone. Your body is intelligent doctor, and it knows what to do. So you have to respond to the body. So please become very aware of what your body is speaking to you. So in that way, you can divide the drinking, such of those who are all normal. What you can do is take the 500 ml, divide it 100 ml into 5 different times of hourly or 2 hourly, complete the 500 ml. Then increase it to 1000 ml. Then increase it to 1500. So the maximum you can go is around 2000 is good enough for your body, because the hydration is fantastic, good enough. But if you are confident that you want to drink 𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗛 water of 3 liters, 4 liters, you take the risk, you take the responsibility, and you drink it. It's up to you. But do not complain that after drinking you had a problem, because we do not know how your body is going to push back the water and create a problem for you. We do not know. So go on a slower pace and then start moving forward. In my case, of course, today I am drinking around 2.5 to 3 liters of terahertz water fully, but I do supplement my body with the required nutrients. I take bamboo salt, I take proper trace elements, nutrients. So I go on pumping the required. So my body, I don't feel anything. Everything is fantastic. I did a blood test recently, and everything was fantastically normal. Blood test, and I'm doing my bioresonance check also is fantastically normal. Not a major issue. In fact, my health scoring has gone up to 90. Last time it was around 60 to 65. So this is where you need to work on your own self to move forward. So stop looking for cure for your diseases. What you need to look at is, look how are the healing possibilities for your body, not a cure. Look at the healing probabilities. Once your healing probabilities happen, the cure will automatically happen. You don't need to work for it. It will happen. So allow your body to access healing by your own positive approach, positive lifestyle, and a positive mindset. And this statement, I wish to let you know, nobody has died because of drinking water. This is a very clear statement I'm making. Because have you ever seen people drinking water and dying? No. But when people have problem, of course, they have been restricted with the water amount they are supposed to drink. Why it happened? Because of the issues which they have been collecting all over the years. It didn't happen over time. Your kidney and liver plays such an important role in your body. So please do take care of your kidneys and liver. The best solution, sipping. Have you ever people consuming alcohol, a 30 ml, one peg they call it? How do they drink? They sip it. Why do they sip it? They enjoy it, they talk, they sip it. What happens? The absorption becomes better. So what happens? With the 30 ml of alcohol, what you're consuming, what happens is your body gets absorbed and you become a little high. Some people and some people may not. But there can be good benefits by drinking alcohol as well, like wine if you're drinking a little bit, definitely. But I don't recommend that. But drinking water, you need to sip it up, little bit. So when you drink water, sipping every now and then, you give an opportunity for your body to move forward. So there are two situations here. One is terahertz water, another one is a normal water. When you're drinking normal water, what will happen is the absorption rate might be a little slower. Whereas when you're drinking terahertz water, the absorption will be much faster. That's why when you sip it, it just gets absorbed. So the benefits you can see is definitely much better when you're drinking a terahertz water. So you should understand your body before you comment on anything. Now, take charge of your life today. 2021 has already come. 2nd of January, start changing your life today. Do not overhydrate with terahertz water. Start with a low consumption and be slow in, especially because your body, we do not know how it's going to respond. See, there are two situations can happen. One thing is your body can react and your body can respond. But if your body responds, it will be a slow. But if your body reacts, it will be a fast one. So reaction is something which happens immediately, instantaneously. So give an opportunity for the body to be slow. Make your body to respond and not react. And always you can mix the normal water and drink if you feel comfortable, wherein 50-50. That means 50% of terahertz water and 50% of the normal water can be mixed and drink to start off with. Later on, once your body gets adjusted, you can go ahead with your full one. And do not jump into conclusion about the water, as it's always safer to be within your limits and then start moving forward. So take charge, stop, analyze, and then move forward. And terahertz is going to be the future. Terahertz is a fantastic concept of situation for us. There are a lot of other things which will come to you in the future with terahertz technology. But today the water is there available. Look into it and do consider and do let know people that there is something so beautiful. You don't have to be a doctor to talk about terahertz water. It's just a water, but just know the benefits of water. Many of us do not know how our body works. So be humble, calm down, and go with the flow, learn more information, and then start speaking about it. You will never make a mistake, and there will never be a problem by drinking this terahertz water. It will put you on the safer zone, right? Once again, with my medical, definitely we do not claim because we don't have any clinical papers for us to say that this is done after drinking the water. But right now, there are a lot of positive information we are receiving. Of course, as a doctor, it's a bigger responsibility. We collect the data, we will see. Maybe in the future, we will present some papers so that it becomes documented and then say that this water has got a benefits and the healing properties for the disease purposes. So as of now, we do not claim. So whoever with the disease, if you're drinking the water, it's you who have to decide what you need to do, and you need to take responsibility. With this, what I wish every one of you is, let's join hands in the illness to wellness program, and it's a teamwork. We all work together, we all move forward. And what happens is, when we all live a healthy lifestyle, our whatever we earn can be, utilized and enjoyed. So with this, wishing you all a fantastic year ahead with wisdom and clarity. I want every one of you to be on the healthier wellness area, and such of those you are in the illness area, work on it step by step, come into the wellness area. And you still need to work with your doctor, whoever you are, because I will not be able to assist every souls out there, but definitely you do have to be with your doctors. But there are certain changes which you need to do and work on it. So with this, I wish to end my sharing. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity, and God bless you all, and have a great day. And see you next week with another topic. Thank you very much, and have a fantastic year ahead. Thank you.